Hi, I'm Nan. My website is seedforsecurity.com. Today, I thought I'd show you my garden. As you can see, we have tall fence all around the perimeter of the garden. 10 feet. We had 7 feet, and the deer jumped over. Also, underneath, we have barbed wire on the outside that's curled outward. It's supported with rocks or tent stakes to prevent the burrowing animals from coming under. We've had trouble with woodchucks, rabbits, even raccoons climbing over. Now here, we've got 7 rows of Flint Indian corn. This is the seed that I sell. Very reliable. Makes excellent meal, cornmeal made into bread and muffins. And then down here, as you can see, we do have weeds. It's virtually impossible to keep all the weeds out from a garden this size. But we do our best, and I use mulch, straw mulch, that will help keep the weeds down. Now here, I've got some yellow squash. This is cooked yellow squash for eating fresh. I tried to freeze it one year. It really isn't that good. It's better to eat it fresh. And down here, we've got some zucchini squash, also to eat fresh, and I have a good recipe for zucchini relish that my son and daughter-in-law love. Yummy. Here, we've got some basil. I'm going to make some pesto with that. Down here, we've got California Wonder peppers that I started inside in February, and we will eat them fresh, and I will freeze them, and when they get nice and red, harvest the seeds, and those will be seeds that you buy. Nice, fresh seeds. Here, we've got provider beans, string beans we call them. To have them fresh, and I also let them mature a bit and cut them up and put them in little baggies to have an addition to some soups. I like the poultry soups, the chicken and the turkey. They go well with that. Here we have some carrots. This is the second planting of carrots. Carrots are slow to germinate, and they're very, very hard to see when they first come out of the ground. And you have to watch closely. So what I did is I put some straw down and watered it, and that helped with the germination. Down here, we've got a second planting of lettuce, and there a second planting of beets. I plant a lot of beets. I keep planting them. The greens are delicious. And I also roast the beet itself and cool it and freeze it for the winter, and I make pickle beets. This row here has broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. This is my early cabbage. Now you can see the difference in the leaves, so you can tell before it even comes to fruit. You can tell what this is. A broccoli has scalloped leaves. The Brussels sprouts come up in like a stalk. And the cabbage is always rounded. These plants I started inside at the end of February, the seeds. Have a windy day. This is a row of strawberries. Last year, these strawberries were in a weedy mess, and I dug them out, and my cousin, who helps us, rototilled this mounded area because strawberries need drainage. So we put them in, hoed them carefully, fertilized, and I put straw. And this year, we are going to have strawberries. This is a row of beefsteak tomatoes. Our seed, we sell this seed, and I save it, of course, from year to year to plant. And this will be, we will can this, juice we will make out of this, and stewed tomatoes. Here we have 3 rows of Grandpa Neff's beans. These beans were in my Grandpa Neff's care in his freezer for years and years. He liked to save his seeds, and baked beans were his favorite. So these are baked beans. After Grandpa passed, my dad gave me the seeds and said, "Hey Nan, let's plant them and see what happens." Well, much to my delight, we had 100% germination. So these are exactly the same seed stock that Grandpa raised. Now we have 3 rows that were planted mid-March. We took a chance and got them in very early because we had a dry spell and it was relatively warm, and I listened to a chipmunk. Now you may say, what the heck does a chipmunk have to do with planting? Well, it's an old sign. I follow the old signs that have been in my family for years. The thing is, when you see a chipmunk, you know the backbone of winter has broken. So I says, okay, I'm going to get some frost-hardy vegetables in the garden. Well, I don't know about this chipmunk, but we sure did not have an early spring. We had rain, and we had wind, and we had snow, and we had ice, and it was very, very cold, and definitely not nice and warm. But germinated, didn't grow very much. And as you can see now, we are harvesting. Wonderful. Still likes water, and we had plenty of water. And this will be for our seed, and we eat it. We eat it in salads, potato salad. It still is good. It's very healthy. More beets, more beets. This is spinach over here. This is the Bloomsdale spinach. It was lovely, but now it's going to seed. It's bolting because it's hot. Spinach likes cool weather. Lastly, we have our hills. We have got 4 hills of straight 8 cucumber. These cucumbers will be eaten fresh, and I will plant them. And we've got, okay, it's New England. Lots of different kinds of weather here. You kind of just get used to it. Okay, so those cucumbers will be made into bread and butter pickles. They're delicious, and I will save some for Christmas gifts. I put some nice red pepper and whole garlic cloves in. They're very pretty, and people are happy with those for gifts. Next, we have 5 pills of Waltham Butternut Squash. Excellent keeper. Very, very healthy, nice deep orange. I love squash, one of my very favorite vegetables. Lastly, we have 2 pills of pie pumpkins, sugar pie pumpkins. I will make pumpkin pie, my son's favorite, and pumpkin bread. And the pumpkin bread is from my Grandma Upton's recipe. It's a very old recipe. It's been in the family for many, many years. It's my dad's mom. She was an excellent cook. And in the back we have all kinds of berry bushes. We have raspberries and currants, elderberries, grapes. Do all kinds of things. I do the jams and the jellies, and I dry, and we eat fresh. It's just wonderful. They're so good and so healthy. So that's my garden, and I'm happy to give you the tour today.